Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, if you can't tell already, is going to be one of my first Halloween tutorials done on this channel, which I am so excited for. I actually do two kind of incorporated looks in this video, so if you would like to look like this, or if you would also like to look like this one, then keep watching. I am going to show you how to create both and how to adapt them into how you want it to be. So let's just get straight into it. So like I said, we're just going to jump straight into it. I'm going to do the normal cat look first, and then I'll show you how to change it into kind of like the more bloody cat. So we're going to start off, and you're just going to literally do your makeup as you would normally, and you can go a couple of shades lighter and then spread it down your neck and things, but I'm going to do it as though you can do it just last minute. So I'm going to do like my face makeup as I normally would. So I'm going to start off by priming. So I'm going to use the Scandinavia makeup primer spray and just give it a good shake, and then spray it all over my skin. So the next thing I'm then going to be using is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Primer, and then the Professional just on these areas here. Just take about a pump of this. Then take the Benefit Professional and just pop a little bit on your finger, and I'm just doing this in the areas that I actually have a few pores. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Stick Foundation and the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with is this one, and just do a couple of stripes on my face. And then go in with your other foundation. You can use any foundation that you want. This is just what I'm using today. I've really been liking this combination lately. And then I'm just using the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge to blend this in. Then the next thing that I'm doing is using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind underneath my eyes. This one is just a new one, so I need to spin it quite a bit to get some product. And then just blend it in with my sponge again. And just pop some over my nose, because then I'm going to pop some on my chin, on my lip and my forehead, just to tie it all in. And then just pop a little bit on your eyelids, just to use it as a primer. And then to set my under eyes, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, and I'm just going to use it on the end of my sponge. So it just looks like that. Wipe away any creasing before you apply it, and then just press it in. I've really been liking this technique of doing my under eye powder, just because it sits under there really nicely. You don't want your sponge to be too wet when you do this, you just want it to be damp, just so that then it gives it a nice finish. So just blend out any creases and then just set it. Then I'm going to set the whole face with the same powder and just use the bigger side of my sponge and just over the nose area and things like that. I'm not packing it on that much. I'm not going to use the sponge to do this. I'm just doing it everywhere else. I'm going to go in with a brush over them areas, just because I don't want it to be such a heavy amount of powder. So I'm going to go in with just a pointed brush and just lightly tap it on. So I'm just going to quickly do my eyebrows off of camera now, because they're just the same as when I normally do them. I'm just going to be filling them in, and then I will come straight back. Right, so that's my eyebrows done now. I'm going to be moving on to my eyes. this is going to be like the main focus really of how you're going to get your cat kind of look. So for the eyes to start with, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shading Light palette, just because it's got some really great cool tones just in the middle, and that's what I'm wanting to begin with. So I'm just going to be taking a blender brush like this, and I'm just taking the grey colour just in the middle. The reason why I want it to be quite taupey is because you don't want it to have too much warmth in it. So, and then just blend it into the crease. I'm not doing a ton of eye makeup, but this is just to give it a bit of depth. It's not going to be like crazy. It's just to give it a bit of something. And then just flick it up a little bit, just so you've kind of got that bit of a cat eye effect, so we're starting to grab that shape. Just do the same on this eye. Just going to take a brush like this, and I'm going to go in with that shade right there. And I'm just focusing this just in the very, very crease. I'm not bringing that colour too far into the inner corner, it's mainly for the outer corner. Now just do exactly the same on the other eye. Right, so now that that is placed down, I'm just going to take like a domed brush like this and just go in with the powder that we just began with. Not obviously the light powder, I mean the powder that I used to set my face. And just run it along the outer edge. Just like that. Like so, and it's just cleaned it up that little bit. There we go. Right, now I'm not really doing anything else with my eyes. I just want to start with the liner. So for liner today, I'm using a mixture of two. I'm using the L'Oreal Superline Perfect Slim, and then I'm using the Bourjois Mega Liner. And I'll just zoom in a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start off with the L'Oreal one to begin with, and I'm just going along my lash line to start. Just like that. Right, and then I'm just going to make it thicker, just at this inner corner bit, and then work it along to make it thicker. And then we're going to bring it down, because we want it in like a pointed shape. So just make this bit even thicker than that, because we want to make sure we've got the proper kind of cat eye effect. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Do you see what I mean? So we're just creating that kind of illusion of a cat eye. Right, and then I am just going to do a little wing, just a tiny little wing. So to do that, I'm going to take the other liner, and then I'm just going to do it going up, like that, and then close my eye, and then just connect it in. Bring it down, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. If I just zoom you in a tiny bit more. There you go, you can see what I'm doing now. Right, and then I'm going to be doing underneath my lash line, but the first thing that I'm going to do is just line my inner waterline and top waterline black. And I'm just using the Max Factor eye pencil to do this. So just lift it right up and just wiggle it underneath. You want to make sure you get it right in there. All I'm doing is touching some of this just on the lower lash line, and then that way it's nice and black. And there is one done. So it's starting to kind of take form now. What I'm going to do is do the other eye. So I'll be back in a second. Right, so there is both eyes done now, and they are kind of matching. I'm happy with them. So then I'm going to go in with mascara, and I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational one and the MAC Extended Play Gigaback Lash, and that's going to be for my lower lashes. This is for my top lashes. There we go. As you can see, mascara makes a massive difference when that's done. So now I'm going to go in with kind of like a bronzer and a blush. You don't want to be bronzing up your skin too much, as you want it to kind of be like more of a rosy pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Benefit Hoola and just kind of more contour than do anything else at all. So I'm just taking it on my flat brush as normal, and then if you've not done it before, top of the ear and down, and then just wiggle. So that you're just having that hollow but you've not got anything too intense. I'm just doing a little bit on my head, just so that then I'm not just all one colour, because we don't want to be looking ghostly, do we? And then for blush, I'm going to go in with the Zoeva Coral Spectrum palette, and I'm going to go in with that shade mixed with a bit of that shade. And this will just give it a really good pop of pink. So all you want to do is smile. And now that we've got really crazy pink cheeks, I'm going to go in with a Duo Fibre brush and just blend it out. And then if this is still really too pink for you, you can always go in with a brush with a bit of powder on it and just soften it out a little bit. Like so. Right, now we're going to get on to doing the whiskers and like the nose and things. So to paint the actual like lines on and the nose to begin with, I'm going to go in with this new palette that I got, which is Nuo Looks or something like that. And it just looks like this. So I'm just going to be using the black out of this shade. They are cream, so I am obviously going to be setting them with a powder afterwards, but this is just what I'm doing to begin with. And I'm just using a very fine liner brush, and I'm just going to do the nose to begin with. So like if I just show you, they are very, very creamy. So they will obviously need to be set, and this is why I didn't put too much powder on my nose to begin with. So all you want to do is just kind of create the cat nose shape. You can do it in a light pink if you wanted. Some people do that, but I prefer mine black. I always have done whenever I've done like a cat nose. And make sure you get all your little crevices of your nose, because that's what's really going to stand out if you don't get them. It might seem a bit weird painting like the sides of your nose, but just honestly, if you get them, it'll make so much better, look so much better. Right, so that is the nose kind of done. So then we're going to go down and do the lip bit. You want to kind of bring it in a V and then bring it straight down and then do a V again. Right, and then with all of this, I'm just going to set this now, especially my nose, with a black eyeshadow. So to set this in place, I'm just using the Stargazer black eyeshadow. This was quite cheap and I got it just for like Halloween really. Because if you set it, it will last a lot longer and it'll be less likely to rub off. So there's that. Then I'm going to do like some little dots to bring out when I do the lines. So for the dots, I'm just using like an eye pencil and just spinning it on. Like so. Like so. And then we're just going to do some lines, and I'm going to use the same like eyeliner and the same cream that I've just been using, and just do like 3 little lines on each side. There we go, so that's just that bit done. So this is like the main focus of everything, so that's that really kind of done. And now I'm going to use kind of like a pinky lipstick on my lips, just because I think it'll complement it really well. Right, and then this is where it's going to merge, which I kind of want it to. So this is just what the finished look is looking like. And then obviously we're going to pop the ears on as well, because you can't have this look without cat ears. So I just got mine on Amazon. You can get them anywhere. So I'll just show you what it looks like. And there we go. This is the finished look. If you're wanting kind of like more of like a simple kind of look, things like that, you're not having to spend an absolute fortune on a costume. You can just wear like a black top like me, or you could even get like a dress, things like that. These ears are actually lace kind of ears. You can get ones that are more like furry and they've got like coloured bits in them, but I just really liked these because I thought, well, if you're going out and you don't want to be too Halloweeny, this is kind of just enough. So now I will show you how to kind of turn it into a bit more of a bloody kind of gory cat. So let's just do that. I'm just going to clip my hair back up, just out of the way, just so that then it doesn't get any fake blood or anything on it. So the first thing, I am just going to be changing my lip colour. I'm not going to be using pink, so I'll just wipe it off like so. So that's just that gone. I'm actually going to be using the MAC lipstick in Chili and the lip liner in Chicory, so I'm just going to do that. So just line your lips first. And then just go over with the lipstick. There we go. Then I'm just going to take kind of a brush like this. Then I'm going into the Contour Spectrum palette, and I'm going in with this ashy shade right here on the brush. I'm popping it on my forehead, just to kind of give it a bit more kind of darkness. Same here, but I'm darkening it up. So we're just taking away some of that pinkness. If you really wanted to, you could go in with the Kat Von D palette that we just used and go in with the really taupey eyeshadow colour and just pop that right in the hollow there, because it really will. Obviously, if you didn't want any pink in your cheeks and you just wanted to do like this kind of, this more like blooded cat, then you wouldn't have to do the pink at all, but I think it's just better to have a bit, so that then you're kind of giving off that effect. And then I'm going in with some fake blood, and this is just how we're going to create like the blood down the sides of our face. Right, and then to do this, I'm literally going to let it best way is just to let it run from the corners of your mouth. I've used this fake blood before and it is actually really good. Because if you let it run, it looks more realistic. But with this blood as well, you don't want to put a big goop on, because it can look really, it can go quite crispy. That was a better one. See? So if you kind of just leave it like that and then just cut the excess there with just a brush. And do the same. Right, and then obviously it's not just going to be perfectly like that. So we just want to kind of splat a bit here. Just while that's drying for a second, I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line just a little bit. I'm going with the same palette and I'm going in with that shade right there. Right, now what we're going to do is just wiggle it underneath. And it just makes it that little bit more sultry and darker. And do the same. I'm just going to pop a bit more in the crease area right here. And I'm just going to darken up this inner corner because we don't want it to be too perfect. So if you was just doing this straight off the bat, you would just bring all the eyeshadows like darker and more intense. That's all you would do. But obviously this is what it's starting to look like now. It's just a lot more darker, a lot more smokier. Right, and then because I have a slightly thicker blood here, you don't have to do this, but this is the extra thick gel blood and I'm going to kind of clot it in areas. So it kind of looks as though it's clotting. Because it's a thicker product, it will just literally sit there. As you can see, it looks like textured and all clotted and bleh. I love this kind of stuff. Right, you could bring this down a bit more if you wanted. Like that. But I think overall, I think I'm done. So we'll just take my hair back out again. Pop the ears back on. So yeah, you've got a choice between these two kind of looks. So it's up to you. If you wanted, you could kind of drop your blood down here if you had like a lower top than what I do, but because my top actually sits here, I'm not going to do that. But you could do that. You could make it so it's like all dropped onto your t-shirt and things, but I'm choosing not to do that today. So this is just a bit more of a different look if you're just wanting a little bit more scary, but still kind of like fun and like more on the sexier vibe rather than being really scary on Halloween. You've still got a bit of the fake blood incorporated, but it's not anything too much. You've not got like all the special effects makeup or anything like that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. There'll be many more Halloween tutorials to come. The closer it gets to Halloween, the more gorier I'm going to do them, just so that you can see more kind of gory looks and how I do things like that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please give it a big like and hit the subscribe button down below. Please let me know down in the comments which look you actually prefer. So thank you very much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!